And this question is, how has having a life-threatening illness changed your life as a couple? And what advice would you give to a young, healthy couple starting off together?
Unmute. There he is. Okay.
Right. Yes, you wanted me to go first, change a little dynamic in our relationship. So for me, I've been on a healing journey for the last 5 years from cancer. And it's been, life-changing in a lot of ways. And I think I can say they may seem contradictory, but there's two sides to that. One is when you're facing death, then you know that it could come any day. I have so much more love, appreciation, and gratitude for my wife and all that we've been through over. We got married in the big marriage, which you're going to pundit and some other couples 30 years ago. And yeah, it's very sweet. It's very deepening. Some people would think that it's only about, well, now you have to just renounce everything, but it's a deepening of appreciation. That's one of the principles of the 12 principles in the Grihastha vision team is mutual respect and appreciation. So it's probably, I think, one of the key tenets of a good marriage is that you believe in the other person, you validate them, you encourage them. And sure, there's differences, but you don't take the differences seriously. You focus on the commonality, on the connection, on the heart connection. And that's really, deepened, and it still deepens all the time in all my relationships. I appreciate them so much. I wish I could call and talk to everyone that I know and offer them love and appreciation and support, but it's a little difficult to do that. So that's one side, and that's a wonderful side. The other side, as Gopika mentioned, that I realized that, as Prabhupada said, we have to fly our own plane. So I get a lot of support from Archana. We talk every day. I'm in Tucson now. I was in Vrindavan for 1.5 years, apart from her. Now I'm apart from her, but we talk. We're not apart. We're separately and we're separate and connected at the same. Achincha beta beta. It's hard, but it's good. So, I've been getting a lot from Bhaktitirtha Maharaj's book, Die Before Die. That was one of the inspirations for my lecture that I started giving at the beginning of my journey. And I'm giving it again in a more expanded series here in Tucson. It's on my Facebook page too. When Bad is Good, Finding the Gems in Misfortune. So that principle really helps us. But to understand that I have to deepen my spirituality and dependence on Krishna. And that's the greatest asset I have. And the greatest thing that I can give my wife, my family, and the devotees is my sense of urgency about my spiritual life, who I am as a person. That's also my offering. So I stress our character very much. So probably we did a workshop, well, it wasn't really a workshop, but we did a presentation, Arch and I, about being a patient and being a caregiver. So being a caregiver, as Panditji has said, can be very hard. You can feel very helpless. I'm in a lot of pain and and Archana, I'm a designated patient, but a lot of times she's in a lot of pain too. She's been the ill one in our relationship. So we've really had to, change roles like that. So we have to expect that there's going to be illness. We're going to get old. We're going to all face death in different ways. And that's just part of the equation. And you have to be interdependent. Hopefully we love our spouse. We appreciate them. We're grateful, but we realize that I sink or swim on the basis of my spirituality. Of course, prayers are appreciated, and I feel like the prayers of the devotees it really helped me. At the same time, I have to be responsible for my faith, my realizations. So, Archana.
Thank you, dear, for being my partner. And I don't want to start crying. I'm very grateful for you being in my life. And if anything, being on this 5-year journey with the cancer has just helped me love and appreciate my husband so much more. It's kind of like if you have your wallet, you don't think about it so much, but if suddenly your wallet gets lost, you think about it all the time. So over the last 5 years, there's just been the constant, idea that I may lose him very shortly. And yeah, it's like we've had a reverse of roles. When devotees were asking me why I didn't go with my husband to spend time with him in Vrindavan when he was doing a very intensive healing modality there. And I said, well, I would just have been a liability rather than an asset. The last time we traveled together was an international flight to South Africa. And the first night we got there, I had been dehydrated from trying to follow Peter Burwash's wonderful advice about not getting jet lag. So you fast, drink a lot of water, and you walk up and down the aisles on the plane. And so I did the fasting part, but I had a very large woman sitting next to me on the plane, and I was in the middle. So the idea of being able to get out of the seat to go to the bathroom to drink enough, so I didn't drink anything, and I didn't walk up and down the aisles. So when I got to South Africa, the whole world was spinning, and we got to our host's house, and it was a Sunday night and everything was closed, and they called a doctor, and the doctor said, well, just, if she's really in an acute state tomorrow morning, bring her in. So that whole night, I just laid next to the bathroom, and my husband laid there with me, just holding me the whole night. And I kept saying, go to bed, you're exhausted. And so those are the moments that, and I know that Chintamani and Jagannath kind of shared something very similar. Those moments kind of define your relationship in so many ways. And it's to be expected. And I think every couple, just some advice is to, for couples to understand right in the beginning of a relationship, these things are going to happen to us. One of us is going to leave the world first. We're both going to leave the world at some time, and one's going to go first. And having that knowledge and preparing for it, Prabhupada said that it's not a morbid thing, but always keep death in front of you. Otherwise, you'll misuse this human form of life. We'll flounder the time that we have left, and we won't use it for everything that it's meant to be. And it's so easy in this world nowadays to do that. There's so many distractions and devices, and it's just unlimited how we can become distracted from our real purpose. So I just encourage every couple to make your life an ashram together and become serious, because otherwise, when these tests come, it's been hard, and I think, we have pretty strong practices, but it's still been a rough road. So I just really encourage everyone to take it very seriously and and make your marriage really help you be helpmates for each other on this journey of spiritual life.
Thank you very much. You know, these panelists are so fearlessly real.